Can you repair a hole like this? In this video, I'll show you how. That's a good one! Alright, so let's make a repair on this wing. This is a RuskiWeldFab micro wing, and last year, because of the compression, the tire has rubbed off a massive hole on this wing. So whether you want to replace it, make a new wing, or make a repair, it's entirely up to you, but I think we can easily repair it. So it's a straight through hole, and it's fairly easy. All you need is basically essentially, well, the same material that the wing is made from, just so it matches the weave. You need some epoxy resin. That's it, tape, scissors, and all that. So I have the same material. This is this material. And a really good tip to make it stabilized is to spray adhesive on it. So this is Infusion Fix EP adhesive. You basically lay your fabric, spray it over the top, and then it stabilizes it, because otherwise it starts to fray. So you cut your piece, and then what I've done here, you can see, actually we can lift this. I put a little tape on the back and mylar sheet of material on the back, just so the resin doesn't stick, because we obviously have to make a repair from the inside. But the first is the visual layer. So I've pre-cut this material so it's a straight corner like this, and already you can see that it matches up the weave really perfectly. Then all you have to do is key the surface, because obviously epoxy sticks much better when the surface is keyed. So I marked it off roughly, and then you basically just rub it off with 180 grit paper, 240 or something like that, just so it has a better adhesion. Next step would be apply spray adhesive, and then we carefully position the patch over the affected area. I'm gonna apply a little bit of this tape just in case we get any runs. I don't want it on the remainder of the part. Pressing all the corners. As you can see, it's almost seamless. All I have to do now is mix a small batch, because for this layer 20 grams of EL2 epoxy resin. Then we brush it off, making sure that it goes through all the fibers, and leave it for next couple of hours to go into B stage. Then I can trim this with a knife. I'll show you how it's done. And then we reverse it and put another 2 layers maybe of the same material on the back, just to reinforce it so it's a nice sandwich. Let's put 40 grams. Remember, the mixing ratio is 100 to 30 by weight. So I'm going to use fast hardener for this one. So we have 40 grams of this. To get the correct ratio, you basically multiply 30 by 0.4. So 0.4 times 30, 12 grams of hardener will become 52 altogether. 54. Make sure you are precise with your measurements. Sometimes a little deviation could be okay, but not ideal. It's okay. Instead of 12, we have 14. Just means a bit more hard. Now, this is not really a structural part, and it's a small batch of resin. And then you're supposed to mix it for 2 minutes. Then you take a small brush. I buy them on Amazon. If you would like a link, I'll leave it in the description. Super cheap because they are disposable. Unfortunately, when you're using epoxy resin, you cannot clean brushes afterwards. I mean, you can try with acetone, but it's more expensive to use acetone and your time cleaning it, and you will never clean it 100%, so it'll still harden and will have this gooey material on top. So they are disposable. For wet lay things like this, especially quick repairs, you do not need to degas your resin. Some air bubbles are absolutely fine, they will rise to the surface. I think this is mixed enough. And now we just simply make sure your surface where you're doing this, you can drip onto the surface. Don't do it on your Nan's cloth, tablecloth. Don't do it on your shack pile carpet. Cardboard boxes work absolute wonders. And you just brush it on quite thick, because what you want is for resin to go through every single fiber and go onto the base itself, so you have a really good adhesion. Just go every way around. Be very careful. Even though I stabilize this fabric, I'm making sure I'm not brushing away from the fibers, because this will stick to fibers and it will fray it. So you have to be very careful when doing this. Generally, in corners, dabbing like this works much better. So it may appear like it's all infused, but it takes a little bit of time, especially for thick. This is 12K 400 gram fabric, for it to fully go through. So what I like to do is you brush the first one on, and then you give it a couple of minutes. Just give a couple of minutes. You have about 10-15 minutes for this before it starts gelling. So you have a little bit of time. And let it sort of absorb and seep in, and then you can apply sort of a second layer with a dabbing motion on the corners, just to make sure everything goes in every single fiber. Even though we applied it quite thick, after a couple of minutes you can see how it completely disappeared, because it just sort of soaked through. So now it's time to apply a second layer. You want it to be quite thick, because you want every fiber to be filled with resin. It's quite good. I made 50 grams of resin. I don't think 25 would have been enough. Okay, I'm quite confident this is enough resin. You can see how full of resin this patch is. So now what we have to do is just leave it for a couple hours for it to gel. Then we trim this corner just so it's nice. And because it's still going to be sort of pliable, we'll be able to sort of position it, and I'll be able to press with a roller these corners just so it's nice and flat, so there is no real step. And then we take it around and reinforce it from the underneath. Another super quick tip: if you have air bubbles, you can use a torch like that, or something a little bit bigger, and then you just gently run some heat over your resin and it pops all the air bubbles. It's really good for skinning. Time to do the back side. As you can see, this is a repair. What I've done here is actually I cut a little off cut, because there is a divot, so there is extra 450 on the inside just to level this off. And now all I need to do is cut a few strips of this. I reckon one like that. We can actually mark it. Apply a little bit of adhesive just so it sticks better. It doesn't really matter which way this goes on. Like this. And for this I'm actually going to use this offcut. This is a 240, slightly thinner stuff. This should complete the repair very nicely. I'm not going to apply Fusion Fix anymore. All I'm going to do is cover this with resin, and then this can actually go on top, and this way it will double soak. And then we're going to apply Mylar again just to smooth it off. Again, you want to apply a really thick coat of resin because you want it to soak through all the fibers. But this being not a visual layer and underneath, we're not too worried about that. Again, dabbing in places where you really want it to soak through this extra sheet. And again, soak it through with resin. There is no need to use this as a step. It just gives a really nice finish. So it's almost like a vacuum bag without the vacuum. You just want to push all the air out. And this is our top part. Some resin seep through. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna brush some extra resin just to smooth everything, make it nice and uniform. So as you can see, it's nice and neat square on the bottom, at the top I mean, and a nice neat square at the bottom. We're not too critical what happens at the bottom, so we're just gonna turn it around and let it rest like this, because this is the visual part and this is the one that is important.
6.5 hours later.
So this is how you do a quick repair that is cheaper than making the new wing. It's not perfect because it's almost impossible to not only match the weave, but also because you're putting something on top, it will always look like there is a patch. Yes, there is a way of doing it more seamless, but that's a lot more time, a lot more expensive, and you can do it if you try. You basically trim and insert and all that stuff, but for a race car, you know, usual 2-meter rule applies. It might need another coat of coating resin. Once it completely cures, I can see a few sort of little pinholes in there, but considering this is a race car and most likely will have more stickers, this is never going to be visible. Anyways, guys, I'm sorry I've been a little bit absent, too much work and just not enough time for filming. Hope you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like it, and all that stuff. I have quite a few other things in a pipeline, like this, for example. Yes. Anyways, I will see you on the next one.